What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video. This video should be relatively quick. I am answering a question that gets asked a lot, and that is, why doesn't my game pop up a notification to do an epic project? Now, this can vary for a couple of reasons, okay? First thing, go to your home tab here, and you will see residential buildings ready for upgrade 3, and then you'll see a total number of homes, which is 109 on my screen. So if you have a regular home, so right here, and if you're below level 43, you should not be upgrading any homes aside from regular homes unless it's for the contest of mayors. The Latin pop is, or the Latin buildings give you like double the experience amount that a regular upgrade does. So if you're somebody who's trying to camp for the purpose of storage or whatever, you don't want to upgrade these homes because you'll level up relatively quick. Now, this is why you do not have an epic project available. So when you scan around and like this, and if you don't see that little hat with the flying thing, you will not have an epic project available. Clicking this tower here, let's say that I had another home that was fully upgraded, because it has to be a fully upgraded regular home. If I did that and I saw the epic project symbol, okay, I would be able to do the epic. Once I'm done with that epic, if I have another home that's fully upgraded, you will see a timer here on this screen, and it will show you when the next epic project is available, which is usually 24 hours from what I have always seen. So that timer will not pop up unless you have a fully upgraded residential home that doesn't have an epic symbol already on it. Now, if you're looking at your homes and you don't have any fully upgraded residentials, you cannot do an epic until they are 100% complete. This does not work for any regional homes of any kind, any other homes. It only works for regular homes. Now, when you click this little street symbol here, you will see a little flying hat type thing for every map in which you have an epic project available to start. As you can see, I have one available in every region. If I was to start an epic project in Green Valley or whatever you call it, or any regional, you can only have one epic project going at a time. Okay, so if you're doing Cactus Canyon and you finish the epic, you can go and check your epic timer to see when the next one's going to be available. I don't know entirely if that is just for regionals, or sorry, just for capitals, or if it's for regionals as well. I'm pretty certain that timer only applies to your capital epics, but like I said, I've never actually been in a position where that type of incident has occurred. Okay, so when you go to your regional maps and you look at your residentials, most players build regional homes on their regional maps. They don't normally build regular homes. That being said, you will not receive an epic project announcement or available to you until you upgrade a fully regular residential home on your region as well. So people oftentimes, they upgrade regional homes and they're like, why am I not getting an epic project? Well, that's why, because it doesn't apply to regional homes. You have to build a regular home on your regional map in order for it to apply. So make sure that you have, if you're somebody who has regionals unlocked, make sure that you have a fully upgraded regular home and you will get an epic project pop up. Here's the next thing. If you have fully regular residential homes and you have not done an epic within 24 hours and you're not receiving a hat on your building, there's a reason for that. When you click the bottom right corner of your screen, you will see specialization categories: education, transportation, entertainment, all that stuff. You need to have that home within the vicinity of coverage for which category you choose. If you have no specialization buildings that have coverage on that particular home, you will not receive an EPIC project available to you until you provide it with that service. Now, this can be used to your advantage on the terms of, let's say that you've looked up an EPIC poster, you've decided what epics you like the look of, and in my case, it was mountain epics. So you're going to go to your mountainside if it's mountain epics in which you desire, and you're going to place down mountain buildings, right? And I have videos on all this stuff. I explain which ones are the most beneficial when it comes to purchase and epic pointers. You're always going to want to buy at least 3 pointer buildings, at least, okay? Now, if you wanted, let's say, well, in this instance, there is no mountainside on Cactus, so as you can see, it's grayed out. I couldn't do it on this map as a mountain one. However, let's say I had an educational epic that I wanted to do. That's the category in which I chose. If that home is not within the vicinity of an educational building, so when you place a building, you will see this green square, right there. If the home is not within that green square, it won't allow you to do an epic project within that category. So if you're hitting that change button, so for example, like look at right here, this, you're going to click here. See how it's for entertainment? Let's say I was to move this building away from everything, right? I wouldn't have coverage on, if I moved it away from everything, that particular category would not pop up. So if you hit change, you can pay 200 coins and it changes the category. Obviously, I have a landmark category within the vicinity of this home, right? So it went to landmarks. If you're looking for a beach one, okay, and your home is at the other end of your map, and you're wondering why you're not getting the beach category to pop up, it's because you're not within the vicinity of the beach. So you need to move your home further. Once you start an epic project, the home, like, it transforms into this weird building, and it shows you the amount of points that you need to hit gold, and it shows you how close, how many points you've acquired. So then you can actually pick that home up and place it wherever, because you're doing an epic project. After it's started, you can put it wherever you want it to get it out of the way. So oftentimes people will, if they're doing a beach epic, right, and the house is all the way at the other end of their map, they pick the house up and they place it near the beach. They start the epic project, or they hit the change button. They start the epic project, and then they're able to move the home back, right? Now, if you have a lot of coverage for multiple specialization categories and you want to save money by not having to pay every time and cycle through, you can put those items in storage, right? And then start your epic, because once you hit change, it's only going to pop up for the specialization category in which you have coverage. But a better way to do this, rather than having to put all your buildings in storage, you can just pick that home up, put it somewhere else on the map, right? And put the coverage for which category you choose. So let's say you chose the entertainment category, right? And right now it's at landmarks. What you would be able to do is go and get an education or an entertainment building of some kind and place it far away from everything else. Pick that home up, place it within that zone, and hit change. And it's going to give you the entertainment category for sure, as long as you don't have anything else touching it as far as coverage goes. A lot of people, what they do is they put all the buildings around the homes in storage, which is usually 10 or 20 buildings, right? And all of a sudden, they get their entertainment epic and all as well. You didn't have to go through all that. You did not need to go through and put all that shit in storage. You could have just moved it and got it done like that. Or you can just repeatedly pay until it pops up, right? So another good tip for you guys, and this is a little bit aside from the which category, or sorry, it's a little different than the Epic project not popping up. If you have a home upgrade that won't pop up, when you look at your homes here, see how it says 3? You can never have more than 3 in that area. Once you have the number 3 here, you can place a construction zone down, right? You can place a total of 3 construction zones. Until you upgrade one of those construction zones, you will not get another upgrade popping up. Like, you will not get another home that you can place down. Once you do at least one upgrade on your construction zones, then it will start to allow you to have more homes, right? So another thing, people automatically lose service, okay? They're dinking around, they got shit moving around, and all of a sudden, boom, everything went red. What the fuck happened, right? You moved something. You bulldozed a road. You took out a bridge. Something happened to where your services are not connected with your city. In order for your services to remain out of the red, right, you have to not only have the amount of coverage that you need, so you're going to definitely want to look up, and if they all went out at the same time, it's likely that it's a road issue. But it's possible that somehow you boosted your pop enough to not have enough coverage everywhere, right? So let's say your sewage, you click it, and it shows you the green is your capacity and the blue is your demand. If the capacity is lower than the demand, you're going to have it red, which means you need to add more services, right? Okay, so that being said, you're definitely going to want to keep track of that type of stuff. Now, I mean, it's not a big deal if your happiness drops. It's always fixable, and happiness is super easy to fix. A lot of people stress about it, or they don't know how or why their people are upset. The best way to know why your people are upset is to click this, right? And normally you would have a government tab, but since we're on the regional map, we don't have that. So typically what you could do is you could click the government tab, and it's going to pop up homes, and it's going to show you smiley faces for every home that is currently happy. If you see a like a mad face, whatever, sad face, then you'll notice that it's just a second here. Then you'll notice that why it's that building. So you're going to look within that zone. So let's say that I click this, I click my government tab. Let's say that this house here, this little one here, has a mad or sad face, whatever you want to call it, okay? Then you would know that your problem lies within this general area. Now, it's either services were knocked out to that particular building, or hang on just a second. Or you have not enough services, like water, power, sewer. Typically, though, if you don't have enough services, it's going to be like that for every building, right? So if you don't have enough water, everybody's going to be upset if you don't have enough water. Another thing that can affect your happiness is traffic jams, okay? Happiness is not very important. Sorry. Upgrading your roads is not important, especially early on. It's a huge waste of coin, okay? I can teach you a way to where you never have to upgrade your roads again, and your happiness will not be affected. I am not getting into that right now, but it works and it's an excellent tip. It's a great way to save money. And if you want to know how to set your roads up to where your happiness does not drop, right? And that you never have to upgrade your roads again, go find the video that's labeled Never Upgrade Roads Again, I believe is the label for that. So definitely check that out. And that goes for any player, especially the low-level players, because you'll get into this vicious cycle where you end up upgrading your roads, doing a few house upgrades, making a little bit of coin here and there, and then all of a sudden you got to pay for water, power, sewer, garbage, waste management, health, fire, police, road upgrades. All your money is going to go to those few things. And it doesn't need to, right? Especially early on. So don't do too many house upgrades because you want to camp for your storage. Make sure you're producing the correct items, right? Make sure that you're not upgrading roads ever, because if you can set your city up to do that, what'll happen is you will have more money to be able to buy the BU tower, to unlock specialization categories, save money, buy rares. You know what I mean? Like you'll benefit greatly from not wasting money on road upgrades. The next tip that I have, aside from always reading your menus, right? The storage facility has a pollution square that is invisible, okay? If your happiness is gone, dropped, they're unhappy, it's because they're within the vicinity of the storage unit. That is another reason for being at 99 happiness. Now, if you hold down, let's say you're looking for a building, right? People do this all the time. They're looking for a building and which category it belongs to. So what they do is they're like, okay, the Sims nightclub, right? They're like, oh, gee, I wonder which category that belongs to. So they open up their menu and they start flipping through all the categories. And they're trying to find this Sims Club Night House, whatever the hell you call it. That is so unnecessary, okay? I'm going to teach you a little tip here, and there's 2 tips. You can either hold down on the building, and it will automatically tell you which category it belongs to. As you can see, it says entertainment. Or you can click the building like this, and you will see a little tiny symbol. See the little music symbol there? You click that, and you match it up to the icon that's in your menu. That goes for the same as Epic projects. If you want to know how or what category your Epic project belongs to, you'll be able to, well, I can't show you right now because, okay, yeah, I can, right here. So right there, see the little icon with the flying wing things? That's a mountain symbol. Okay, so it belongs to the mountain category. You can also see the little happy face right there. But that is really a good way to not waste time having to look through the entire menu, right? So just click whatever. You'll see a little book there. That means it's an educational building. Another quick tip for you guys. A lot of people do this, okay? Somebody asks them for an item, or you want to know how many you have of something. So you go to make something in your shop and you're like, okay, somebody just asked me for cheese fries, right? So they close the shop, or what they chat, whatever they have open, and they open their inventory here, or they open their depot, right? And they start scrolling through to see which item that they have and how many of it. You don't have to do all that either, okay? Let's say that you're in the shop or whatever, and you want to know how many pink lemonade bottles you have because you want to make more. All you have to do is hold down on the item, and it'll say in city storage 5. Okay? Quick way to know how many you have. Same goes for the war deliveries. If you hold down on it, it'll show you how many you have in storage and which cards require that particular item to launch. That's another good tip. The next one is this little star here. You see the little eye? Anytime you see that little eye symbol, it helps you, it gives you some information. I can't click it because right now I have no disasters that I can launch based off the war items that I have in my depot or in my storage. But let's say I had a duck and a plunger, right? And I can lock, what the fuck? I can launch the comic hand with one duck, one plunger, right? So it's going to pop up a number 1 there, and it's going to basically tell me which one I can launch based off of the items that I have. So for now, that's the gist of this particular video. Okay, I have a lot more video topics that I'm going to be working on within the next week or so. So if anybody has any feedback or video requests or whatever, put it in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. But yeah, no, definitely, you guys, don't trip if you don't have an epic project available. Okay, it's really easy to fix. There's a lot of weird little updates and tips and quirks and stuff. Every time they update, they change something. It might not be noticeable right away, but they change something. For example, with the new update, we have a new house category. It's an old townhouse here. Now, as you can see, it almost looks kind of like the mountain epics. So they're not bad looking, actually. But you can't convert them into an epic project. But for example, I like the mountain category, and if I go to the cactus map, I'm unable to make a mountain epic over there because I don't have a mountainside over there. So I would be able to place the old townhouse, right? And I would actually have something that looked relatively similar to the mountain epics. Now, as you can see, I haven't even done one upgrade on this new home, but you can kind of tell it almost looks like it's like you're upgrading it and restoring it, so to speak. You know, like when you restore an old car or something. It's got all these like green bushes and stuff, and I think that what happens is as you upgrade it, it gets more beautiful. Does that make sense? Now, I haven't done, like I said, I have not done one upgrade. It does not start as a construction zone. It starts out as a partially damaged or foreclosed house, basically. But those look okay. The new items for this shop, yeah, it's going to suck for people that are doing epics or mayors or whatever. But, I mean, at least they're cooler looking than the sports store. That being said, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. If you have any feedback, let me know. And you guys, don't worry about it. Also, factories, make sure those are five slot factories. You can also put your other stores in storage to save space. So put the sports store in storage. You don't need it out right now. And all these little HQs and things, you can go ahead and put those in storage, like these things, if you're running low on space and they're not benefiting you. All right. Last thing I want to tell you, do not start an epic project if you are not prepared or ready. You have no business doing an epic project in the condition you're in if you have less than like 10 3-pointers. So especially if you're in my group, do not do that. If you are doing an epic project in my group and you're asking people for items, you have to understand that a lot of the items that you're asking for aren't items that people would normally sell. They're ones they would like to keep. And they will sell them to you to help you out, but if I can only speak for me. But if you're in a situation where you're doing an epic project and you don't have at least 10 3-pointers, I will not help you. I will not post anything for you. And the reason for that is because it's a waste of my time and yours. I have to use tokens like many other people and many high-level players. Our items are valuable to us. I don't want to just sell the melons. If I wanted to sell them, I would sell them. I wouldn't be holding them, right? I'm willing to help people out if they're being successful. If you have 10 3-pointers, I am more than happy to help you, like a minimum of 10. But if you're in my group and you got $5,000 to your name, you got 1 3-point building and 2 1-pointers or something of that nature, and you're asking me for items, I will not help you. It is a waste, okay? A complete waste of my time, your time, and everybody else's in the group. Because what's going to happen is you're going to ask me for 5 bread rolls. You're going to get 1 epic point in return. You're not even going to manage to hit gold. If you do, you're going to have spent like $500,000 in items. And now I'm out all my decent, more like harder to obtain items that I never see on the global market. You know, like paint and ladders and melons and things of that nature. So don't expect people to post those types of items for you if you're not playing an epic project correctly. Now, if you're playing it correctly and you have a bunch of 3-pointers, you have enough money, and you're looking for help, I am more than happy to empty my depot to help people that are playing successfully. I do not want people to be like a burden on the group. You know what I mean? You want to contribute to the group that you're in. Not just my group. That goes for any group. Your teammates in your group should be not only respected, right? You know, by saying thank you and things like that, but you really need to, how do I say this? You really need to contribute to your group. You don't want to be a burden on anybody, right? You want to put contest and mayor's points up on the board. You want to, you have to do something to have your spot in there. You can't, it's really rude, honestly, of anybody to join a group, be inactive, not contribute towards the contest or the group chest, not participate in war if you're in a war group, not be active and sharing and enforcing rules or informing people or answering questions or whatever, you know, just participate, okay? If you're not participating or contributing to the group, you really shouldn't be in any group for that matter, you know, because the whole purpose is for you to contribute as a team member. I had a guy that was in here for a month, and he never spoke outside of asking for rare items, you know, and that, you're not a productive member of the group when you do that, you know. Everybody should pull their own weight, so to speak. And if you're going to be off for a few days, great. Inform the president of your group or whoever's in charge. Log out if you know you're not going to be on for a week or 2 or whatever, you know what I mean? Don't take up space, taking up unnecessary space when somebody else could have benefited. So we're in a situation right now where we're kind of over full, and I'm trying to weed out the more inactive and less serious players and replace them with either not only higher level cities. Honestly, it really doesn't matter the level. I'll take anybody, you know, but I want people who are going to be active. They're going to be taking the game seriously. And what I mean by that is I don't want somebody in my group who shows no efforts in strategic gameplay. What I mean by that is we get a lot of people that they come in, you tell them, hey man, you know, your city's really screwed. You might want to, you know, not do that epic because of this, this, and this. And they disregard everything you say and they proceed on, and they end up being a burden to the group because they're always asking for people to sell items for cheap or give them money or sell their items to them because they're doing an epic project and they want to dispose of 10 paint for 2 epic points, you know? No. Hell no. Be a productive member. If you're going to be taking up space, be productive. Okay? So, you know, I mean, a lot of people, I don't think they understand that, yes, it is just a game, but we're all here to be successful and try. If I notice that you're not trying, if I see you asking for melons all day every day in the group so you can make smoothies, right? And you're not producing anything for anybody or trying to be successful and earn money, then no, I'm not going to help you. You're not just going to, weed and fucking, weed through everybody and kind of pick through and go, oh, okay, yeah, I'm just going to fucking take and never give. All right. But your epic projects are definitely very important to the game. Okay. Very, very, very important. Even if you're not planning to do like an epic project type city, you still need to do epics. Like, let's say you're doing an Omega city. You're still going to want to do epics because, I mean, essentially all epics do is speed up production, which means making money quicker. And if you're an Omega city, you need a ton of money in comparison to a normal city. So it would be very wise of you to get those epics done. That way you can fund your Omega city. All right, you guys, I am off here. I don't know if I'm doing another video today. New pass, I believe, starts in like 9 hours now. We already started war for this round. If you're trying to get in with us, go to your like browse or search or whatever. At the end of this war, there's a 12-hour cooldown period. Okay. During that period, you'll be able to join in the group. I will try my best to boot out the inactive members. If you're already in my group and you're watching this and you're not, normally active, you might want to start being active because you might not make the cut. Okay? If everybody's active and we're full, I'll shut the group. It'll be closed and it won't open again until we lose a member. So right now we are very limited on space. So if you want in and you're a strategic player, a serious player, somebody who is going to be active and respectful and help people out, then make sure you watch the group rules video and go ahead and join in with us. If you're not looking for a more strategic, advanced, and active group, you can join our second group, Group 2. That one's run by my feeder. It just got started today. There is a video posted that kind of explains everything about all that. Now, like I said, there's like nobody in there right now, but it'll fill up quick if you guys end up logging in. All right?